Welcome back to my channel. This is Life. Today we're going to be today on this series of family meeting. We need to talk. This is my dad, the man, the OG, the fella with the heller.
With the heller?
The helicopter. You know how you say when you're in traffic, you need the copter.
Yeah, but heller?
The helicopter. You know the heller?
You said heller.
Yeah, the heller.
Oh, well, helo is short for helicopter, not hella.
Anyway, let's get into this interview, man.
Okay.
Okay. First question. How did you feel when you found out that you were having a child with sickle cell?
How did I feel when I found out I was having a child with sickle cell? I don't know. Shocked, confused. What did this really mean? How was this going to play out in life?
Right.
Because I didn't know much about it.
So for sickle cell.
I know nothing about it. I don't say much because I'm damn lying.
So for sickle cell, for it to be passed down, my parents carried the trait. So how did you find out that you had the trait? How did your family tell you? If they told you, how did that all work out?
I have no memories of my family ever telling me I had the trait. I discovered I had the trait when I joined the Air Force. I was in basic military training. They take your blood, they test your blood. I remember my TI, my TI said me and another airman had to go back over to the clinic to talk to the doctor because our blood had tested positive for something. And I had no idea what it meant. All I was worried about was could I stay in the Air Force. I went back and this colonel came out. He was 103 years old. He came out and he told us that we had I had sickle cell trait and he had G6PD, which is another blood disorder. And he said some words, and all I wanted to know is if I can stay in the Air Force. He said yes, just sign the paper. I signed the paper, and that's all I knew. I never knew, no idea what that meant.
So did you do any research on your own after you found out?
Negative, because I was 18 years old and
right.
Had no idea what that even means, and I never planned on having any children or anything of that nature at that time, so didn't think about it.
So after I was born and they did all this testing, and you guys were talking to the doctor and going on all my appointments, once you were learning more, did you do your own research then?
Oh yes, I did. Yes, I mean of course, at that point in time I did.
So
and I still didn't fully understand.
Right.
What it meant.
So like once you did understand what it meant and what they were telling you, were there any questions and fears, and like can you go into depth and tell that?
Oh, tons of questions, fears, but I don't think I still really at the time fully understood. At the time, I think it's over years when I began to understand. Still, when someone tells you that, I still wasn't registering in my mind what this really looks like because I had zero experience with sickle cell, anemia, sickle cell trait. I was ignorant to everything about it. So, no, I did. I had fears because I didn't know what life would look like. I was concerned, and really, it wasn't until you start getting sick is where I really seen the impact, and it really began to affect me then. Okay.
So the youngest age you can remember, when did you realize, oh, this is serious? This is something?
I think the first time you had a pain crisis, and I don't know, maybe it was 8 months, 9 months, I can't remember, somewhere in that time frame. I remember your thumb swelled up. That's all I remember. But you were happy during that time. Your thumb had swelled up. And we took
Never heard this story. Never.
Yeah.
Because I've known the story where Mom told me about when I had a temperature of like 100 and something. I think 300.
You might have had a temperature at that time too, if I remember.
I never heard the thumb story, but go ahead.
Your thumb swelled up, and we took you to the ER, and you were smiling and everything. And I want to say they gave you something. They gave you something. I don't remember what they gave you. They gave you something. And I remember you being in your stroller. I still remember that. You were smiling and happy.
Well, I guess it was a thing that was meant to be, because it still hasn't changed.
Yeah.
So from that point on, and speaking to the doctors and seeing what my life was turning into, did like your mind start to change? Like, how is this gonna affect her in her teenage years or her adult years? Like, what did that look like for you as a parent?
Scary, confusing, anger, frustrated, disappointment. What words can I use? All those things, emotions, tons of emotions. Like, what your life gonna look like? Are you gonna constantly be in the hospital? Are you gonna be able to live a long, productive, healthy life? Why us? Why you? Why did I know about this earlier?
So were you ever mad at like your parents or your grandparents for not letting them, like them not telling you?
I cannot really, from my memory, I can't recall ever being told about this. So I was disappointed that I was never told about this to the point that I can remember as a child. Now I'm sure that I wasn't. Yes, I was disappointed that I wasn't told about this. I'm saying, why wouldn't someone tell me about this? You know. So I was very highly disappointed. I'm sure I was angry. I think more or less disappointed. That's the biggest thing. Like, man, I really wish someone would have sat down, talk to me about this, and explain this to me, and tell me, excuse me, what this looked like, you know, across the spectrum. You know, so I can really be able to, you know, wrap my mind around this and be aware of what this means if I meet someone that has sickle cell trait. That I need to really go out there and, you know, before I get involved with a young lady, I need to talk about this. So very disappointed, and I'm sure there was some anger in there too.
Right. So when you and mom did like get together, did that conversation happen? Like,
Never.
Really?
Because again, remember they told me when I was 18 years old that I had sickle cell trait. What does that mean to me, an 18-year-old? I never told them about my life. I never seen nobody with it. I heard of sickle cell like in high school, somebody mentioned it, talk about it, but I never knew anyone, a friend or a family member who I was close to, had went through crisis or anything like that, or anyone who carries a trait. I mean, the school system don't even educate you in that, and predominantly African American school system. Right. So, no.
So do you think it should be in it?
Yes, 100%. I think it should be in every school system, not just African American, because Hispanics are affected by it too, and there's a group of Caucasians affected by it too. You know, but I think it should be in every school system because it is a world condition. I mean, if you look at some of the studies out there and you read, and there's some huge projection out there. They says by the year 2050 that sickle cell will multiply and grow across various.
You can see that now.
Yes. So I think that every school system should be talking about this.
Yeah. So after having your first child, what did you think when you found out you guys are having another?
I was scared.
Yeah.
I was scary.
I was scary.
Ooh, the ghost. No. I was scared. I was, especially after seeing some of the things you had been through already. I was concerned. I didn't want to have a second child. Because I would not want a child to have to suffer the things that we've seen you suffer through at the time, and then also the potential things that could have suffered too, suffered through. So yes, I was frustrated. Like, man, I felt like, man, this was a mistake. All those emotions, all those things.
Yeah. So far growing up, what has been the scariest moment?
It's been more than one moment.
Well, go ahead, name some.
When you had plastic bronchitis, when we lived in
Washington.
That wonderful Washington State place. No, not really wonderful. We lived there. That was very scary.
Feelings, emotions.
Scared. I thought you weren't going. I didn't know if you were gonna survive this. You couldn't breathe and everything. And I'm the, as a father, you want to be able to help you. I couldn't do nothing. Why is it continuing happening to you? So that was one occasion. We was in Texas when you was in intensive care unit, and they had to go between your legs and put those two big catheters in your leg. That was a scary time. When they had I think they did an exchange at that time if I remember. That was a scary time. Of course, the time in Alabama when you was in the ER was very, very. At that time we was in intensive care unit, they had to incubate you and put you under. That was a very scary time. The time recently when you call us screaming at 01 in the morning.
My chin and my
screaming at the top of your lungs. Yeah. That was scary.
Yeah.
You were trying to give us a heart attack during that time.
I wasn't trying to give you a heart attack. I didn't know what was going on. I was scared.
Yeah. Yes. Those. I think those were some of the scariest moments right there.
Do you remember that one time in Alabama? Mom was working night shift, and we went. I don't know why we went here. But we went to the closest hospital to home, and they transferred us to Montgomery.
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that?
Yeah.
That was crazy. Because I remember I got out the bed. We were at Montgomery's hospital. I got out the bed to go to the bathroom, came back, and just had a whole, coughing attack because I had, pneumonia or something, and it was was horrible. I thought that was scary.
Yeah, I think for me, I was whenever I would see you really begin to decline in the hospital, it always became scary. Like when they had to put you, they had to give you more oxygen, more blood, and it wouldn't work. Because initially, you know how that goes is it's like this stalemate where like nothing is changing, but like it's like you're getting worse visually, but clinically you're getting better. But that sounds good, but visually you don't look better.
Right.
So I think those times, every day, I think for me personally, all those times are scary because it's just gonna turn. It's gonna get worse. Because I think back to those instances where they were so bad and what they went to. They put you on a bike pack at one time. These real little plastic and forced area, and so being like, do they actually know what they're doing? All those things, all those emotions, run through.
Were you like when I first had to get surgery? What were those concerns?
You talking about like when you got the ports installed?
Ports, when I had my tonsils and adenoids removed.
Those didn't really, those ports and tonsils didn't bother me. Those, those I didn't.
Not even though like I was going under like the knife and I was asleep.
Because you had been through so much already in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's crazy to sound. I thought those were like minor compared to all the sickle cell crisis.
That's funny.
If that makes sense. But I just thought those times were minor. Okay, she was getting the tonsil moved out. That's easy. Like that didn't.
Okay, I haven't got to be here for this.
Yeah, I mean, really, I didn't think that was. To me, those wasn't hard times. Even when they took out your gallbladder, I mean, good. I mean, get it out. I mean, it's something you don't really need anyway. Get it out.
But surprisingly, I still have my spleen. Like my spleen is great, even though you don't need it now.
Yeah.
Still have it for some reason.
Yeah. So yeah, those surgeries didn't.
That's funny.
Just never bothered me.
I don't think. Now I think about it, I don't think those bother me either.
Oh.
Like if they said, "Oh, we gotta do another port," alright, let's get it done. Right, it can't be any worse than what I did.
Put it right here. Open it up, flip it open like banana. I don't know.
A banana. Or maybe like a core. Like,
or maybe you fillet a fish. Fillet.
I don't. No.
All right. Anyway, moving on.
Next time on Sickle Cell: A Family Journey. To talk to someone, you need to go see a counselor or something. I urge you to do that because it's something that is important to take care of. Your mental state is very important as your health, as your physical health state too.
Great. So, and I learned that I'm learning. See, I'm always learning.
Always, constantly.
Yeah, I'm always learning.
Look, when we both always reading leadership and business books. We're always.
Yeah. And I'm learning that you're an adult, and this is your battle.
That's the hardest thing. Transition. I was talking to my mom about this. Let's talk about this real quick. Being just us three. It's just been us three for so long dealing with this.
We've been in trenches.
And we've been through some battles, man.
Yep.
It's just been us three. And then when I came to college, I was like, I'm really doing this right now. Yep. And I first got sick. I was so scared because you guys weren't there.
Yep.
And I was like, what's my next step? Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, and share, guys.